I promised you that we would be continuing the World War Hulk storyline, and I do not forget my promises, unless I forget them. But anyway, we're going to be continuing. After defeating Ghost Rider, there's one of two locations that the Hulk could have gone to. He either went to the Charles Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, or he fought against Ant-Man. I decided to bring you over to the X-Men fight for this week, and we'll do the Ant-Man fight next week. Now I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget, this is a part of a sprawling narrative that started with the Planet Hulk storyline. The Hulk got blasted into space, found a family, found freedom, and then a bomb went off. He went back to Earth to get his revenge. That's where we are. He's going around trying to get revenge on the Illuminati. If you're confused, check out the previous videos. I'll see you at the end. Oh, it's time to smash! Iron Man stands before Professor X, a member of the Illuminati, the group that blasted Hulk off into space, and he asks him, what would you have voted if you were here? Because Professor X was not a part of the decision to blast Hulk into space. Would he agree to send him away, or would he have fought it? Well, there's someone else who wants that answer. And with a crack, the Hulk lands demanding something. Xavier, I want Xavier. No! If you are just now joining us, the Hulk has come back angry due to the death of his wife, and he's already beaten Black Bolt and the Ghost Rider. Beast sends the students down into the basement knowing that this probably won't end well, and he walks to the front door. Hello, Hulk? Xavier, bring him here. You know I can't do that. Out of my way! I'll find him myself! And as the Hulk looms over Beast, creating a shadow on his very face, a terrifying, angry shadow, the Beast tells him, I'm afraid I can't do that either. So the Hulk smashes Beast into the door. Wasn't asking. The students all run out and the battle against the X-Men has begun. They all blast him, throwing him off his balance, and Beast looks at a student, Josh, asking if he's ready. He has the powers of healing and death touches. They both know that it won't kill the Hulk, but it should overload his healing factor, so Beast gets up running back into the fight with Josh on his back. The Hulk slams both of his fists onto the ground and he gets up as Beast runs in. Josh touches him using the full power of his death touch. Beast stops behind him with the student. Hulk, you may want to rethink this. Do you know what we did? And he turns with anger in his eyes, gritting his teeth. You made me madder. He grabs a piece of the building and he slams it onto all of them. Stupid mutants. I don't need my healing factor to beat you punks. A telekinetic mutant swoops in, so the Hulk claps, rupturing his eardrums. And another then pours her sand abilities onto him, so the Hulk tears the waterline out, spraying them. Beast leaps in. Damn it, Peter! These are kids! And as he wipes his mouth, he tells Beast, don't talk to me about kids. Another mutant runs in and the Hulk knows this one. You're the one that controls body parts when you're in pieces, right? So he pops off the mutant's arms and he throws them. Can you control them while they're in Connecticut? X-23 pops her claws with a schnick, and she jumps in as the Hulk grabs both of her hands and he begins to swing her. She pops out the claw on her foot and slashes at his face. He drops her and Beast calls out, he's hurt! Everyone hit him! But the Hulk gets up with a cut across his eyes, punching anyone near him. And then he grabs X-23, lifting her into the air, and he hurls her into a building. It didn't have to be like this. I just wanted Xavier, but no one makes me weak again. He begins to slam the students down, and as he prepares to kill one, a huge cut slashes into his back. You're leaving a real impression beating on kids, bub. Wolverine leaps into the air, but it's grown-up time. With blood pouring down his back, the Hulk turns around to see the X-Men have arrived. This is the fight I was expecting. Bring it on! And that's when Xavier walks out. I believe you said you're here for me. Now that I've seen my students to safety, you've got your wish. The Hulk looks at him. Xavier, you're walking again. I can fix that. So Professor X places his fingers on his temple and he begins to use his powers that he has. Except there's something wrong. He can't control anything. The rage in the Hulk is out of control. He sees what the Hulk endured on that planet. Weakened and enslaved. The trials that he faced. That he found happiness, friends, a kingdom, and a wife. And a child was on the way. And that's when Xavier sees what happened. The bomb and the death of it all. I know you weren't at the vote, Professor X. But according to Black Bolt, you were supposed to be. So I want to know, how would you have voted? The honest answer is that I wouldn't have agreed to exile you, but I would have agreed to sending you away until we found a cure. Perhaps I can atone, so I will surrender willingly. Smart move. Don't worry, you'll have Stark and the others to keep you company soon. As the Hulk reaches down, Colossus stops him. One moment, the professor may have surrendered, but we have not. Hulk sees the X-Men, Beast, Colossus, Emma Frost, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Kitty Pryde, and he asks them, "Is this really how you want it? All of you?" And Cyclops looks back at him, "All of us." And it begins again. Cyclops opens up as he calls out, "Max power!" blasting the Hulk, burning away at his skin. And the Hulk grabs Cyclops by the head. Kitty Pryde leaps in, grabbing Cyclops, and Wolverine follows up, cutting at the Hulk's stomach. So the Hulk backhands him into the tree line. Beast, Emma, and Colossus jump in and they start swinging. And the Hulk calls out to them to stop. "You can't even hurt me." But the whole point was to distract him so that Kitty can grab his arm and legs and phase them into the ground. As they're debating what to do next, the Hulk stands up. He just stands up, tearing his own limbs out of the ground. And then he collapses, sending the X-Men flying. With the X-Men all taken down, the students look on and the Stepford sisters have an idea. An alarm goes out to all of the mutants, to everyone that they are needed. It's time to stop the Hulk. Back at the fight, the Hulk throws Beast aside and then he grabs Emma Frost even though she's in her diamond form. He slams her into the ground, burying her so that she can't move and can't change out of her diamond form. Colossus punches at him so they lock arms. The two men begin to press against each other, trying to force the other back. And then while that's happening, Hulk bends Colossus's arms backwards, snapping them like little metal twigs. And then Wolverine jumps in. "Leave Petey alone. It's always about you and me anyway." Wolverine takes a swing at Hulk as he leaps backwards. And then Wolverine gets in his face so the Hulk grabs him with one hand and he smashes his face with the other. Wolverine swings and the Hulk punches and they go back and forth for a few moments until Hulk questions, "What will happen to Wolverine's brain if it's smashed against your metallic skull over and over?" So he hits him and he hits him and eventually Wolverine is done. And that's when Juggernaut finally arrives out of his outfit with the Stepford sisters having called for help. With a crack, they punch each other. The Juggernaut is unstoppable. Once he's going, his power is magic-based and it causes him to be an unstoppable force. The Hulk, he gets stronger when he gets angrier. The problem is, the Hulk is practically invulnerable, and the Juggernaut, well, he's not while in this state. After a couple of swings, the Hulk buries the Juggernaut, and then he turns around to see the rest of the X-Men who heard the call and were able to arrive. Multiple X-Men leap in to battle the Hulk, and he gets hit with all kinds of mutant powers, lightning, energy, strength, and just some weird mutant stuff. But he crushes them all. He kicks people into Jersey. He flexes to pop out knives in his shoulders, throwing them at the wielder, and then headbutting him into submission. But in the end, Nightcrawler bamfs the Hulk outside of the schoolyard as their only plan. While at first everyone's asking why they only teleported him right outside of the schoolyard, that's when the Blackbird plane is thrown at him. But nothing stops the Hulk as he throws it aside and walks back into the schoolyard. He stares at the X-Men and Professor X. "Is this what you wanted? Are you happy now?" And Wolverine stands again and then he's thrown outside again. As the Hulk presses on, behind him the Juggernaut has returned, but this time he is fully suited up in his armor and uniform, wielding all of his power. There's a kawam! And they both punch at each other. The punches are thrown, and with the powers of the Juggernaut actually slamming the Hulk into the ground, they then lock arms, and with their powers combined, they're locked into place. So the Hulk uses his brain. "If nothing can stop the Juggernaut, then keep going!" he shouts as he throws the Juggernaut into the water. He steps up to Professor X, who tells him again, "I'm not going to resist." And another student leaps in, telling the Hulk that she won't allow this. The Hulk grabs her. "You stupid mutants! I will make him feel my suffering. You cannot stop me, so why even try?" He throws her out of the window and the professor calls out. He runs out to check on his student, and it's there, in the X-Men's graveyard, that the Hulk finds the student and the professor there. She's crying, and the professor is just sad. She looks at the Hulk. "You want to talk about suffering? Look around you." The girl gets up, putting her hand on some of the graves. Her name is Lori Collins. All she wanted was for people to like her for who she was, but she got shot in the head at 16. And this is Brian Cruz. He loved his powers and he loved being here, and he lost it all on M-Day and his life as well, along with 41 other kids, because some mutant hater blew them up, like your wife was. Don't tell me that we haven't suffered like you. Don't ever tell us not to fight for what we have left. You're trying to do exactly what your enemies did to you. Destroy what happiness we've managed to find in this world that hates us, for something the professor didn't even do. Maybe we can't stop you, but don't expect us to fight any less hard than you. The Hulk finally stops, and he thinks about this. He turns his back to the student and the professor. "You consider this your fault, Xavier? My guess is you should." He grits his teeth. "You're already living in hell." He leaps away, leaving the professor with the student, and the professor looks at her and he embraces her. Did you guys enjoy that? Did you enjoy him literally pummeling Wolverine? He just grabbed him and pummeled him. Anyway, don't forget to check out the rest of the Hulk playlist right over here. Don't forget to check out something recommended by YouTube right over here. And if you click the link down below, you'll be able to subscribe to the Comicstorian channel, where next week you'll discover what happened when he fought against Ant-Man. guy can get like this big.